World War II. In the early morning hours of the Allied D-Day invasion, thousands of paratroopers from the 82nd and 101st U.S. Airborne Divisions landed in the Normandy countryside and liberated the small town of Sainte-Mère-Église.
The night of June the 5th, June 6, 1944, is probably one of the most indelible moments in American military history.
Madame Simone Renaud, her husband Alexander, the mayor of Sainte-Mère-Église, and their 3 young sons witnessed the triumph and tragedy of D-Day firsthand.
We had front row seats on what happened there because we were living on the square. The Germans shot all the paratroopers who landed in the trees. They did not take any prisoner.
Sainte-Mère-Église became the final resting place for thousands of soldiers killed in the battle. But they would not be forgotten. Madame Renaud took it upon herself to care for the graves of the boys who gave their lives so that her sons could grow up in peace.
All her life changed entirely after the invasion.
And then, letters from American families began to arrive.
Within a couple of months after my father's death, my grandmother contacted Mayor Renaud and asked him,
"Is there anyone in your community that could possibly put some flowers on my son's grave?"
The mayor gave the letters to his wife. Madame Renaud, who spoke fluent English, reached out across the ocean to strangers in need.
Dozens and dozens of people wrote to her.
They responded immediately and sent her a picture of my father's grave with the flowers and with them there and with their son there, and that was a tremendous boost to my grandmother.
When Life magazine published a photo of Madame Renaud tending to Theodore Roosevelt Jr.'s grave, even more letters began to pour into the town. Madame Renaud answered every single one of them.
She saw the boys laying outside on the church ground. In her heart, she knew what a mother was feeling when she got that telegram. It helped a great deal knowing that there's somebody there taking care of their son's grave.
My grandmother wrote to Madame Renaud and said,
"I too have a son buried in France. Would you please put some flowers on his grave?"
We were receiving tons of letters from America. It was quite a duty.
The noise of the taping machine, because all the day long it was the music, tack 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 tack.
To know that Madame Renaud looked after my father's grave, to me, is just one of the most important things that's ever happened in my life.
Madame Renaud's commitment to honoring those that helped liberate her country did not stop with the deceased and their families. She also befriended those lucky enough to survive the war and spent her life honoring them as well.
She absolutely rolled out the red carpet for us. As combat soldiers, we don't really get to know the people in the town. So now we come back and here's a woman that welcomes us.
My first childhood recollections are seeing our house always full of American soldiers.
Knowing them has helped me to convince me that what I did was good, because I helped to give those people back their country.
These unlikely friendships would last through the rest of her life.
I would look forward to her letters, and no matter what I was doing, I would drop everything and open that letter.
She was like a mother to me.
Madame Renaud's commitment to the American soldiers was responded to in kind back in the States. The small town of Locust Valley, Long Island started a sister city program called Operation Democracy in order to send much-needed food and clothing to the people of Sainte-Mère-Église.
My mother began Operation Democracy because there was very little that the children and the population of France had.
It was very tough years after the war. You know, time to rebuild took at least 10 or 15 years, and lots of people were suffering.
One of the things that made it so nice to do was that Sainte-Mère-Église was so grateful.
And perhaps most importantly, Madame Renaud made sure to pass her legacy on, so that when her life was over, her mission was not.
When she died, on the desk was about that high of letters all around her.
I know that my mother worked hard to maintain this link with the families and with the veterans.
It's part of our heritage that we express our gratitude to the American people.
Join us for a journey into the life of a woman whose heart knew no bounds, Madame Simone Renaud, the mother of Normandy.